Hey, what's going on, everyone? Once again, you're watching Dan the Glassman and Back to Nature. Wanted to give you a quick update on some of the plants we got here. Our tomato plants are doing really well. These ones came from the slices of tomatoes. We did a workshop last weekend at Wilson Middle School and we took some of our plants out. So we're missing a couple here. We did build a Dutch bucket, so we no longer have our orange bucket. So we created a Dutch bucket there, and we basically donated it. We'll see if they use it or if it gets returned back to us or not. So the other day I was talking to my daughter about how to do clippings. So basically I was talking to her about this plant here, which is a oregano plant that I got from a friend of mine who had gone out and bought an organic oregano, and I took a clipping off of it and basically put it directly into the water. And as you can see now, it has roots. It's generated some roots. And so I was teaching my daughter about the plants. She used to help me a lot with Back to Nature and doing planting, making the little bottles, and she knows how these self-watering systems work, the way the wicks work, how the roots basically drink the water for the plants, and that the wicks basically work like roots, where they pull the water up from the water reservoir into the soil, so then the plants can get the moisture or the water from the soil. So she's been helping me out with this for quite some time now, a few years. I believe when she was like 2 years old is when she really started helping me out, and I've got lots of footage and videos of her helping me planting and stuff like that, and eating fresh basil. One of the funniest videos that I posted on YouTube was a 2-year-old loves basil, or some title like that. But anyways, I was teaching her about plants, and the fact that we can take clippings from them, and basically we can regenerate the roots and clone them, so then we can have another plant. And I was also explaining to her that is why it's more beneficial, or probably more wise, for us to eat plants over eating animals, because I simply explained to her, I can take a plant clipping, and I showed her that you can either cut it with scissors, or I used my fingernails and clipped it at the node. And I teach her about that kind of stuff too, where you can like clip plants at a certain point above certain nodes and stuff, where the stems grow out. And so I told her, you clip it off of the node and you put it directly into water. That way, because when you're clipping it from the plant, you're taking it away from the roots, away from basically like its mouth, away from being able to drink water. But with plants, you can clip them and then put them directly into water, and that allows the stems to still absorb the water, to get the water up to the leaves. And I was showing her, like, you can see that the plant, it's still springy, so it's still alive, even though it didn't have roots. This was a couple weeks ago. Now the roots have generated. That was about a week and a half ago we had this conversation, and now the roots have generated. A week later, I was able to tell her that the roots had come through. Oh, I actually showed her. I had the plant with me because I took it to the Wilson Middle School workshop. So that day I saw her and I showed her the plant and that it had roots and everything. And so when I was telling her was about, you can clip plants and then you can basically put them into water, you save them, and they'll regenerate roots. And I had some other plants. I had some house plants. So while I was telling her this, I was able to show her these house plants here, and these need to go into some soil. But basically, they're all nice and springy, and I was showing her how they regenerated the roots, and then had her plant her own. So let me grab this real quick. And so she planted this one here in a self-watering container, and I had her pull out the plant from the water, and then she was able to see the roots, and I let her touch the roots, touch the plant. So she has a hands-on learning and a learning experience with it. So back to the clipping. So I was teaching her about, you can clip them. You take them from the roots, but then you have to put them into water, and it'll keep them alive, and then they will regenerate roots. And I was telling her that, with people, like I couldn't just clip off her arm and then put it into water and then it'll regenerate roots or regenerate a new body. Or I couldn't put her body into water and then it would regenerate a new arm. That it just doesn't work like that with humans or with animals. And so it's more beneficial for the plants or for the animals and for us to eat plants rather than eating animals, because we can regenerate plants. They can reroot themselves if you learn how to be a caretaker of the plants and do this. I did mention to her though that there are some things, like there are lizards that can regenerate their tails, and humans have recently been able to figure out that they can regenerate their adult teeth. Because I explained to her, with humans, we have our baby teeth, and when we lose our baby teeth, then we grow adult teeth. But once we have adult teeth, then we normally don't have any more teeth. But recently, I guess people have been crushing up eggshells and making this like calcium powder or something, and then drinking it. And apparently, it's allowing them to regenerate teeth and bone or something like that. Which I'm not sure. It's new stuff, and it could be possible. So there might be possible ways of regenerating things. Also stem cell research has shown that they can generate ears in rats, and they can regenerate entire organs, hearts and lungs and things like that. So, I don't know if we really want to be doing that and regenerating animals in order to just eat them like they're doing now with the lab created meats. So I would rather just stick with organic foods and just go the natural way. And so I've been teaching her about clippings. So today we're basically just talking about why it's more beneficial to eat plants versus animals, and also show you our beautiful little oregano. And basically we're just also going to plant it into here. And so there's already a hole there. I'm just going to stick that right into the hole. And we're just going to move the soil directly over, just kind of compact that in and allow the roots to be in there. And so there we go. We transplanted the oregano. We talked about why it's more beneficial to eat plants versus animals, and how we can reroot clippings. And basically we have now cloned a plant. So this plant is now in 2 different locations. One at my home and one at my friend's home. And so there you have it. That's why we eat plants versus animals. They can regenerate, they can reroot. And that is how you transplant into a self-watering container. Hey, thanks again for watching. This is Dan the Glassman. You're watching Back to Nature. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel and make sure you like this video, and please share with all your friends so we can share all this knowledge, and we can get everyone to start planting in plastic bottles. These bottles are going to last for thousands of years, so might as well keep planting food for thousands of years in these bottles as we convert back to more cellulose-based plastics such as hemp and things like that. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day.